Ooh, I think we. I'm not gonna fix that tonight. I was gonna do. It was gonna be Destiny Tuesday, as it is every Tuesday. Uh, but yeah, it kind of messed up. So let's get some music up in here. It's time for another episode of Blender Zone, I guess, cause I am not dealing with audio troubles tonight. All right, only good stuff. It's only the good stuff. Let's see. What do we use? Do 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 do. Let's go back a bit. All right. Okay, hopefully I'm not too loud and the music isn't too loud. Let me know how you guys are doing. All right. Let's tweet out the link. Well, blue sky it. What do you call a blue sky post? Just a blue sky post? Blue skyer? Blue skied? A bluey? I don't know. We'll be there in a moment. VOD watchers, please be patient. You are now watching the zone. Alright. And there's the post. So we're good. Let's see. Alright, we got the stream right here. Also, are we on followers only? Oh, wait. Okay, there we are. Alright. Actually, no, today we won't do followers only. Everyone could chat today. Sure. I just like to put on followers only because, then the bots are like, how's your stream? How's the stream? Oh, I'm an artist. Would you like to commission me? And it's like, are you paying attention to the stream? Like, no offense, but the times I hire artists are rare. So, alright. What are we doing today? We got our default pyramid in the scene. So, let's see. Oh, just delete that. What do we start with? I'm thinking we do some sculpting. You know? I was hoping to play some Destiny on stream tonight. Because, you know, it's Destiny Tuesday. It's just what I like to do on Tuesdays. And, disappointingly, the audio wasn't working for the Xbox, and I didn't really want to play on my PC, so I just switched to Blender for tonight. So yeah, we're gonna do another thing in Blender. Let's see. And, yeah. Episode title, I think the worst is behind us. Which I think is apt title. Given the situation of the stream. Yeah. Alright. Why is my asset library not loading? Hello? There we go. There it is. Yeah, so I should explain the asset library, you know? I haven't really talked about it much on the recent streams, but basically, the asset library is a place where I save a ton of things that I reuse, you know? These materials right here, those are downloaded. These are cel-shaded materials from a creator. I don't know the name. I'm sorry. But they were from Gumroad, so let me see. It might be the first thing that appears. No. Oh, but this one's actually pretty... Okay, I kind of want this one, but... This is really pretty. Maybe I'll get that one soon enough. But, oh, is it EX Plus? No. That was not it. No, none of these... Yeah, I'm gonna have to find it, and maybe I'll link it in the chat. In the shot. And, well, on the VOD, I mean. Not in the chat. You can catch the VODs on YouTube. But, let's see. Yeah. So this is our asset library. You can just save stuff. If we just go to your outliner, you can just mark as asset, and it'll be in there. See? So, but the file has to be saved. You know, if you delete it, it's not gonna be there. See? Instant. So, yeah. There's also some GeoNode stuff that I've never used that are in this pack. That are in my asset library. And there's also a Shadow the Hedgehog model, which is from another artist I do not remember the name of, but it is from Gumroad. So, also I got some Proto Hunter assets here from my game. They're from a different time when I was working in Blender, so the scale is pretty small. See how much I had to scale them by? Let me see. Hey, what? Where's the... Oh, this. I have to scale them by 200. So, yeah. But see, you can have assets so old in here, and they always work. You can even add materials. So this is the tiling ore material. And what that is a material I made in Substance Painter. And I compiled the material in Blender. And it was a mistake putting this in render mode when I could have just put it in render preview. But we'll see how long this takes. First render the stream, and it's going a little slow. But yeah, again, the worst is behind us, right? That's kind of the thing about art. You just kind of be really persistent about about the things you do. So it's just about sticking to it, making your way through. Just let me switch to render preview, please. Oh wow. Yeah, so the compositing nodes by default have them with a pretty big bloom. But yeah, this is what that ore looks like. It's a completely tiling texture. It has like a glowing effect to it. So I haven't exposed the parameters in Painter. So, you know, I made the material in Substance Designer. And what you can do in Substance Designer is that you can export the settings so you could customize the material in Painter. So you can just do whatever you want with it. I wonder, how would it be a good idea to do a Substance Designer stream? Huh. I don't know how. I'll have to do some performance checks before we go live with that, but that would be cool. Doing a stream for Substance Designer, showing how I make materials. It's been a while since I last made materials, but it's a fun thing to do. It's fun. Of course, I have these swords I made at the end of the year. All of them are in their respectful project files, marked as an asset. What makes this mega useful is that we can just reuse any of these pieces to make a new model. Right? You see, I have these decompiled characters in my folders, like a breastplate, a belt, a head, some guns, random pieces. You know, it seems like junk, but like a foot, a different style of a foot over here. Thighs, legs, arms, helmets. So I don't know why this happens, because look, I have 5 of the same asset saved here. I don't know why. There's only one file with it. But for the most part, it's consistent in that it only saves a few of those models. And these are from a pack I downloaded. These things. They're geometry nodes. I was hoping to use them for a freelance project, but the customer didn't know what they wanted. So these ended up being useless to me, because they would tell me one thing and they wanted another thing. They wanted like a Venom symbiote mesh, like contorting and uniting and stuff. But then the things they were asking for were just like impossible to do during the time that they wanted it to be done. And they didn't understand how that stuff needed to be done. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do all this by hand. And I did. I'll show that stuff soon. But I need to get a version of it that can actually be shown on stream. Cause those videos are rendered at 120 frames per second at 4K. And damn, just playing that video clogs up the entire computer. So yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna sculpt something. Let's see. Let's get a base mesh in here. I don't know what we're gonna do, but you know what? Do we use a base mesh? Why don't we do something stylized? What's a starting point we can do? Just so you guys can see like the use of like reusing old artwork. So let's get rid of the pyramid. And you know what? Let's grab the exploder from Proto Hunter. What the? Ah. Please exit workbench. I don't need to see render preview right now. Just go to... The one bad thing about working with old artwork is that sometimes things aren't as optimized as they should. So like this model it's not that dense. The problem is the shader. I'm pretty sure the shader is like, it has a lot of spaghetti at the end, for no good reason. And that hurts the model. That hurts the model a lot. So let's just delete all these controllers, because this was back when I used Control Rig, not Control Rig, what's it called? Auto Rig Pro to make my models. So we're gonna put this exploder underscore archive, and we're going to tab in, press the P button, and separate by loose parts. We don't want the fire. I don't think we're gonna use that. Now look, you can see his face. Honestly, this model is way too dense for what it needed to be. Look at all these edges. Did not need to be like that, especially since with the amount of these guys you have to see on screen. Ridiculous. But we can work with it right now. We can work with it. So we only need these, and we can combine these two. Oh wait, actually, before we combine them, let's get them into the pose that I usually like rigging in. It's kind of easier to work on a character if you get it in the pose that you want to rig it with. Sure, you got the pose brush and stuff like that, but that's not always super reliable. And as you can see here, the way we're rotating it in edit mode, I had a work friend of mine go ask me like, how are you doing that? You can do that in Blender? You have like Z spheres? It's like, no, this isn't Z spheres. I have it on active element. So right here, the transform pivot point, that's where our object rotates. So bounding box is related to the box relative to the origin point, right? And then 3D cursor is relative to the 3D cursor, right? So no matter where we are, it'll rotate around the 3D cursor. That's pretty useful. And medium point, it rotates, you know, right here it's just gonna rotate by the axis. The medium point, what usually it is, it's like, let's push this over here. It's gonna rotate in the center between these two objects. So That's just how it is. So, but we're using active. Oh, individual origins is another good one, because look at this. We have this origin and this origin. So when we rotate it, they rotate on their own axis. That's useful for a multitude of reasons, because then you can go local, right? And well, you can't really see it now, but when we get into doing decals, like we showed it in the previous Blender Zone, if you watch that one, we work with decals, and that's really great because if we want to rotate multiple decals at the same time, or extrude different faces at the same time, and have them have the same rotation but in their relative place, you use individual origins and it'll rotate like that. And active element is what we're using, that's why we're discussing it. And that's why I had this vert be the last one. So when you're selecting verts, the one that's going to be highlighted is going to be the one that's darker, right? So with my blender, I have different colors than you guys. It's going to be a green, while everything else is blue. But in the default blender, I think it's everything's yellow and the active is either red or orange. So, you know, you'll know when there's one that has a different color from the rest. So, then this also works for multiple meshes. So we just entered the other upper arm, right, the bicep, and now it'll rotate by that final one that we selected up there. And again, this is super useful. So now we're going to merge these guys. We'll call it arm. And what we're going to do here is that we're going to add this to a new collection. Sculpt. Gonna invisible that. And we're going to go to sculpt mode. And in remesh, we're going to remesh this. See, now it's a bit more dense, but now these are all these two pieces have now been merged into one. It's really great for when you're blocking out a sculpt. You can just get a ton of different shapes and merge them into one thing. What the hell? Why are my brushes... What? No assets found? Huh? Where do my brushes go? Okay. Let's save this. Let's go to the welcome screen really quick. We're gonna close Blender and restart it. Okay, is it loading our brushes? Let's see. Let's take a sip of the LaCroix. Is it working or what? There it is. We just have to do a little restart. Sometimes Blender needs a little push. So now we can use the inflate brush. Let's give him a little bit of a bicep here. Add a little meat on the bones. Alrighty. Let's add some meat over here too. You know what? I think I should share the link on YouTube. I didn't share it on YouTube. Switch profiles. Dun dun. Dun dun. Okay. See, I'm thinking of making this a series. Kind of like a podcast, I guess. I know I've been doing Blender streams in the past, but I kind of want Blender Zone to be like a thing where it's like, come learn Blender, right? Let's make mistakes together and learn Blender live. Because that's how you learn, making mistakes. The more mistakes you've made, that's the more experience you have. For a long while, I would spend a lot of time taking on projects that were meant to be hard, meant to be difficult. So, and that was just that was specifically to sharpen my skills, you know, get better. Hold on. So, yeah, I think it's a good practice to do that. Like, find something that challenges you. Find something that inspires you to work harder. And it'll make you get better. It'll force you to get better. It's the beauty of that. Just practice. And I know that feels like lazy advice. But that's what I did. You know? A lot of people ask me, like, how do you get ideas? How do you get better? And it's like practice. You know? I was gonna say I was lucky enough. But no, it was a terrible event. I hope it never happens again. But I was in lockdown for 2 years. You know? And what did I do during that time? I used Blender every day. Every single day. And it sharpened me. I got better. I got more skills. I got more knowledge. I watched every tutorial I could find. For a long time, my personality was just Blender. And yeah, it's a process. I think we're good with this arms block out. Now we're gonna do something here. There's a thing that you gotta do for legs, right? And the thing about legs is that I like modeling them in mind with IK, because I use IK for all my legs. I feel like everyone uses IK for their legs. That's normal, right? I think everybody should be using IK for their legs. And IK works best when there's a slight bend in the bones. And what better way to make that bend more apparent and more natural is by modeling and sculpting with that bend in mind. Like the amount of times I've seen students and like teammates, they turn in models that have like their legs straight out like sticks coming out of the torso. It doesn't work as well, you know? It's true. If something is straight down, right? You can just pull the bone a little bit to the front, like touching the knee, and that can help it. But it's not gonna look as natural as if you just make the bend yourself. It's necessary. So keep that in mind when you're making your characters. Okay. Now we're going to merge this. We'll call it leg. And move that to sculpt as well. Make that invisible. And we're going to enter sculpt mode again. And we're going to hit remesh. And just like that, it is one mesh. There's still a lot of refining we can do here, but we're just sculpting our proportions out. We still don't even know what type of creature we're making. Calves. Oh. Grab it over here. Not there. Over here. Okay. Smooth doesn't seem like it's doing much of a good job right now. Where's the smooth? There it is. Let's up the intensity on it. Man, I really want to play Destiny. Why was that sound happening? It was like super choppy. I wanted to talk about Destiny lore today. It's so fun what they revealed. Like we're getting a new version of Court of Oryx where it's gonna be like a roguelite thing. And in the past, I haven't been a big fan of the roguelite stuff, but like the theming and the lore were enough to like convince me to get into it. Cause like you're going to Io now. We found Io in the space between realms, and we're gonna be fighting in with the Taken in there. So, and we're still gonna be fighting the Shade of Keter, whatever it is. I've been saying their name Keither because that's what it kind of looks like to me. It looks like Keither. Keith. So. Alright. So. I think we can move on to the torso. I think we're gonna make the head like smaller. Kind of normal proportions. Closer to normal. It's not, I wouldn't say that's normal proportions. And let's just move this to sculpt and make it invisible. Right? Is this one it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, we'll name this torso. And we'll sculpt this now. Let's enable symmetry. And honestly, let's just go into Dino Topo from now. And let's see. Well, since we're on stream, I should probably leave it at 12. We won't get too high res right now. Kind of add more volume to this because it honestly looks very thin right now. Okay. Let's see. Where's the blob? The blob brush is pretty useful because you can kind of like make mounds really quickly. Okay, and where's clay strips again? I haven't been doing a lot of sculpting lately because I've been kind of focused on hard surface for the time being. And let's lower that to 6. And I've also just been not making many things. If I am making something, it's for the game probably. So there's not a lot I can do. I'd like to make more stuff, but I'm really focused on the game right now. Kind of working on that area. The shoulder bone. I think we... the grab brush. Drag this area a little down. I just kind of make an alien, I guess. We don't need these. Oh, I left a hole in this? 2 holes. I don't know what function that served. Okay, sculpt mode, Dinotopo, mirror. Okay. What kind of creature do we make? Should we make like a long face type of thing? That might be interesting. Just a freaky alien. Use the snake hook. Snake hook is extremely useful. Kind of like this idea. I really am just completely improvising this because, again, I wasn't expecting to do a Blender stream. I really did just want to do Destiny stuff today. Because I kind of wanted to get hype for next week. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do like that Stranger Things thing? It's kind of like, it has like that big maw. Oh wait, which is the trim? Look at this. Let's try something here. Snake hook. Where's the fall off? Fall off. Change that to linear, I suppose. Oh, or maybe we can make like, that kind of looks like a manta ray. Or a slug. Ooh, a slug person would be kind of cool. You know what? Here's an idea. Let's go a little bigger. Make this bigger. Right? Go around like that. Huh? Mirror. And also mirror. Maybe we lift it a bit more. And we make the torso wider. This is just how I test out ideas. This is what we do. This doesn't look symmetrical. Oh, I see. Just mirror by object. And same here, mirror by object. That'll push it where it needs to go. And also the legs mirror by object. That way, it stays relative to this mesh. All right. Yeah, now we got something. Maybe the anatomy should move on like this. That can work. Let's go over here. Add a bit so it can kind of connect more with the legs. So now there should be like a clavicle up here, right? Or how would that work? How does Goro's skeleton work? Because that mean, does he have 2 clavicles? How does that look? Goro skeleton? Yeah, he has like 2 clavicles. Huh. I never thought about that. Well, how that works anatomically. And I guess it works. Works as well as it could. Although his arms seem to be more in the back. So maybe just take it a bit to the back like this. Okay. That's kind of the thing. It's like you're not copying, right? It's a process. You wanna find something that kind of looks like what you're doing, right? And you can kind of like reference it, get inspired by the anatomy that they might have been thinking about. Like if you look at Rolk's concept art from Destiny 2, right? They reference Akuma from Street Fighter, and I'm just so glad that someone at Bungie is thinking like that. Because art-wise, that's, I think, one of the best. Like for Nezarek and Rolk, they probably have some of the most thought put into them than any character in the entire game. Those 2 characters alone. We want to add a little bit of stuff here, and then let's get grease polish. Yeah. I guess it's kind of like the damn standard brush. Damn standard, if you don't know, is like it's kind of like a pen tool in in ZBrush. And it's just really great for adding creases and like depth to certain areas of your models. I mean, I guess draw sharp would be the more direct comparison. You know, I like the rest of the body, but I don't think I like the head. No, let's hide that for now. Do we have something that I could use here? No? Maybe you can just make something that fits. Honestly, I get some insectoid vibes to it. Like, it's kind of like an insect. But I don't think I want to make it like an insect. Oh, this is like kind of thin. And we got the Sonic Unleashed music playing. I saw that they decompiled the whole game for now you can play it on like everything, like on PC or something. I wonder if it works on Mac. That'd be interesting. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they did that. Now there's like a big modding scene for it. And that's crazy to see a decade later. I mean, there were already like some mods for it in the past. Like, I've seen people play as Shadow on it. But now it's like a big wave of mods. Yeah, so I don't really know what type of creature this is. But I think we're just gonna add a sphere and sculpt his head out, kind of. So let's try that out. What if he's like a Cyclops? I noticed that when in doubt, I just go straight to Cyclops. But, you know, it hasn't misguided me yet. You know, actually, before we do that, let me just... I type 2, I think it is. Let me see. Please don't take forever. Yeah, it's this eyeball. And then let's apply monster eye to it. Okay. It's gonna be a Cyclops. Might as well sculpt around an eye. Wait, let's apply that. And then Dine Topo, mirror. I've made a lot of Cyclopses in my day. Robots, organics, demons, stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I just really like making Cyclopses. Maybe we can peel this back a bit. Okay. Okay. Just making like a connection to the neck. Should this guy have a mouth? Maybe he should have a mouth. I don't know. Maybe it looked too weird with the mouth. Wait, no, not that one. Scrape. Where's Scrape? There it is. All right. We might cut this short tonight, because it's not what I was planning on doing, but I'm also getting hungry. I kind of want to eat on stream, so. But yeah, I think this is a good... Whoa, not so much. I think this was a pretty good sculpt for the past hour or so. We can work on getting this materialized on another stream, but we'll see. I think I'm just gonna cut it short there, because this is pretty good what we got. Let me see. Turn off the emissive on that, please. And let's do something real quick. You know, we already have some materials here applied. We can do some adjustments, make something real quick. Looks like we're waiting for Blender to think. Go ahead, Blender. You got all stream for this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we're going to apply Exploder to this, and we're going to make this kind of like a green. Roughness, lower that down a bit, around there. And going to render preview. That's not bad. And does this have? Let's see. Okay, we're in Eevee. You know what? Let's see how Cycles handles on stream. We'll go to 512 just in case. Just so it doesn't panic. And scene world. Okay, look, we need to do a little bit of adjustment here with the mesh. And ooh. That was a good start. Yeah. So yeah, we got this weird alien creature thing going. And we might do some more stuff on it later on. But for now, I think that's what we got. So good night, and thanks for watching. Hope this was motivating for you. I really appreciate the like and the subscribe, because I'd like to grow the channel more, both Twitch and YouTube. So thanks, and until the next Blender Zone, goodbye.